Good evening. This is Ken from Refuge, Rochester, and I want to give us a thought for our first week here of the 40-day reading plan that we're going through on welcoming the stranger. We read some passages in Exodus and Genesis, but I want to start out with a passage in 2 Corinthians that I kept thinking of as I was reading these verses. 2 Corinthians 1 verse 4, Paul talks about the God of all comfort who comforts us in all of our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we have received from God. In other words, I've received comfort from God, and now I'm able to comfort others with that same comfort that I received from God. When we read the passages in Exodus, the reason I thought about this is that two of the verses we read, God told his people not to mistreat or oppress foreigners lived among them, because you know what it's like to be a foreigner. In other words, you know what it's like to be treated that way. You know what it's like to be treated well by me and welcomed by me. So I want you to welcome and treat foreigners and strangers and aliens the same way. Two of the other passages that we read kind of elaborate on that a little bit more. One of the passages in Exodus, God was talking to his people about who has the right to celebrate the Passover. And basically what he says is that anybody who is willing to be circumcised can celebrate the Passover. This applies to both the native-born and the foreigner. He then goes on in the next chapter to talk about the stipulations for how to celebrate a day of rest. And he includes the foreigner in that day of rest. So in other words, God says, treat people the way I treated you, welcome them, embrace them in your community, and give them the same rights and privileges, as well as the same areas of responsibility, just as you would do to each other, because you know what it's like to be welcomed by me. So we as Christians, we welcome and embrace refugees because of what we have received from God, the way we've been comforted, the way we've been welcomed, the way we've been loved and embraced. We love and embrace others. That's my big thought for this week. I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll keep reading, and I hope you'll join us next Sunday. Thanks. Bye-bye.